there, hear me out. The Dakpannah Show is a thought-provoking and stimulating talk show that brings topics of social, political, and societal significance to the national discourse for public scrutiny. We critically analyze and dive deep into issues that count most for or against our survivability as a people. We right the wrong with the exchange of ideas through dialogue, not confrontation, so as to make the world an honest and better place for us all. The Dakpannah Show, which was officially launched on the 19th of April 2019, has over the years brought a high degree of professionalism coupled with accurate, balanced, and credible dissemination of news and information through its live Facebook broadcast. Amongst the hundreds of talk shows which broadcast via Facebook Live within the Liberian community, the Dakpannah Show can boast of being one of the best platforms, if not the best, in soliciting the ideas of every well-meaning Liberian from across the political divide. The premier program is utilized as a conduit to promote peace, reconciliation, and national unity amongst all Liberians to the fullest. It gives the opportunity for all to exchange ideas and opinions for the better good of the motherland. As many can admit on the Dakpannah Show, nothing else but the matters that count most in Liberia are discussed without fear or favor, void of personal attack. The Dakpannah Show is everything Liberia and Liberian related. We are on the side of the truth. This is the national discourse. Join Dakpannah Lieutenant Nicholas Smith live and direct from on top of the world via Dakpannah 24 News and Television and talk it out. Have a piece of home. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, you there, hear me out. The Dakpannah Show is a thought-provoking and stimulating talk show that brings topics of social, political, and societal significance to the national discourse for public scrutiny. We critically analyze and dive deep into issues that count most for or against our survivability as a people. We right the wrong with the exchange of ideas through dialogue, not confrontation, so as to make the world an honest and better place for us all. The Dakpannah Show, which was officially launched on the 19th of April 2019, has over the years brought a high degree of professionalism coupled with accurate, balanced, and credible dissemination of news and information through its live Facebook broadcast. Amongst the hundreds of talk shows which broadcast via Facebook Live within the Liberian community, the Dakpannah Show can boast of being one of the best platforms, if not the best, in soliciting the ideas of every well-meaning Liberian from across the political divide. The premier program is utilized as a conduit to promote peace, reconciliation, and national unity amongst all Liberians to the fullest. It gives the opportunity for all to exchange ideas and opinions for the better good of the motherland. As many can admit on the Dakpannah Show, nothing else but the matters that count most in Liberia are discussed without fear or favor, void of personal attack. The Dakpannah Show is everything Liberia and Liberian related. We are on the side of the truth. This is the national discourse. Join Dakpannah Lieutenant Nicholas Smith live and direct from on top of the world via Dakpannah 24 News and Television and talk it out. Have a piece of home. Change is all we need to make a stand. Let's unify and have a piece of home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is my home. you there, hear me out. The Dakpannah Show is a thought-provoking and stimulating talk show that brings topics of social, political, and societal significance to the national discourse for public scrutiny. We critically analyze and dive deep into issues that count most for or against our survivability as a people. We right the wrong with the exchange of ideas through dialogue, not confrontation, so as to make the world an honest and better place for us all. The Dakpannah Show, which was officially launched on the 19th of April 2019, has over the years brought a high degree of professionalism coupled with accurate, balanced, and credible dissemination of news and information through its live Facebook broadcast. Amongst the hundreds of talk shows which broadcast via Facebook Live within the Liberian community, the Dakpannah Show can boast of being one of the best platforms, if not the best, in soliciting the ideas of every well-meaning Liberian from across the political divide. The premier program is utilized as a conduit to promote peace, reconciliation, and national unity amongst all Liberians to the fullest. It gives the opportunity for all to exchange ideas and opinions for the better good of the motherland. As many can admit on the Dakpannah Show, nothing else but the matters that count most in Liberia are discussed without fear or favor, void of personal attack. The Dakpannah Show is everything Liberia and Liberian related. We are on the side of the truth. This is the national discourse. Join Dakpannah Lieutenant Nicholas Smith live and direct from on top of the world via Dakpannah 24 News and Television and talk it out.
Have a piece of home. Change is all we need to make a stand. Let's unify and have a piece of home. Sweet Liberia, land of liberty is my home.
A pleasant welcome to all of you guys joining the broadcast. I'm excited to be back with you on the premier stage. This is the nation's premier platform where we discuss the issues that matter most to Liberia, our common denominator, our common patrimony in Liberia. I want to say thank you for taking time off your busy schedule to be with me on this edition of the broadcast. I'm excited to be back. I want to say thank you all wherever you are following from. I want to say it's a pleasant time having you on here with me. It's good being back on the nation's premier platform where we discuss everything Liberia and Liberian related, focusing more on the growth and development of our common denominator, our common patrimony, Liberia. I want to say thank you all for being with me on the broadcast, wherever you are following from, whether you are following from Africa, whether you are following from Asia, Australia, whether you are following from Europe, whether you are following from North America, South America, whether you are following from the Middle East, whether you are following from the Far East, whether you are following from wherever. I want to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining the broadcast. I want to take this time to say good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and a pleasant good evening to all of you guys joining the broadcast. You can comment, state where you are following from. We'll definitely recognize you. That's a tradition on this show, that we recognize folks within the comment section. So I want to say it's good being back with you. I want to say thank you This is the Dakpannah Show, the nation's premier platform. And if you don't know who I be, I am your one and only, the unified cable, perspicacious Dakpannah, and I'm broadcasting to you from on top of the world via Dakpannah 24 News and Television. I want to say welcome to all of you guys. Please share the live so that we can afford others the opportunity to come on here. Let's talk Liberia. Share the live as many times as possible. Share the live so that we can afford others the opportunity to come on here. Let's talk Liberia. Well, we are back again. We are happy to be back. I want to say thank you for being with us on the broadcast. We are excited to be with you as always. We consider you guys as our cherishable audience, cherishable listeners, cherishable viewers, and so forth. I want to say welcome to all of you guys joining the broadcast. Keep sharing it live. Tell a friend to invite a friend. Tell a friend to invite a friend. And today we have a lot of things to talk about. We will also afford you the opportunity to come on here and speak what's on your mind. What are some of the things that are happening in the country that you want to talk about? Those trending issues that are happening in the country. Those things that are on your chest that you really want to talk about. Those burning issues that you want to speak to. We afford you the opportunity to come on here. Let's talk Liberia. And I want to say, share the live. Let us invite others to come on here. The Dakpannah Show is a thought-provoking and stimulating talk show that discusses topics of national significance. We agree to disagree, we dialogue, and not allow ourselves to get involved with confrontation. We speak words. We do not shoot bullets. We seek to make Liberia a wholesome, functioning society for all of us. On the Dakpannah Show, we solicit the views of every woman in Liberia, no matter your political divide, no matter your political leaning, no matter which part of the spectrum you are. We afford all the opportunity to come on and let's agree to disagree. Let's dialogue and do not get involved with confrontation. We are all welcome to come in with recommendations, suggestions, analysis, thoughts, ideas, and opinions. The Dakpannah Show is a conduit to promote peace, reconciliation, and national unity amongst us all. So we want to say we are happy to be back with you. Thank you. I'm your one and only, the unified cable, perspicacious Dakpannah, and I'm broadcasting to you from on top of the world. You can also give me receptive report. Are you guys hearing me loud and clear? Am I well positioned within the camera? Is my lighting okay? Are you guys seeing me clearly? Give me some receptive review. If the need be, we'll make some adjustment. But I want to say welcome to all of you guys joining the broadcast. I want to say I'm excited. I'm so excited to have all of you on here. And I want to say thank you. So keep sharing the live. Let's let the number grow. So let's go ahead now and recognize folks within the comment section. Let's recognize folks in the comment section. And then we come back, go straight into the issue. So let's take this music a break while we recognize folks in the comment section.
This is episode 1. As soon as they fall for, they open them up. Yeah, still a relevant thought. All they talking your own way is doing for us. Please stop lying to us. Don't get the job, what he's doing for us. Oh, you want
I want to take this time in a very special way to recognize Mr. Ezekiel Kennedy. Mr. Ezekiel Kennedy, I want to say welcome. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Mr. Ezekiel Kennedy, all the way there in Houston, Texas. I want to say you are welcome to the broadcast. You've been away for some time now. I understand that it is because of the job. So you are not frequent on the Dakpannah Show like before. But I want to say thank you for coming back and hope you are doing good. Mr. Ezekiel Kennedy, welcome. Mr. Achi Wapi, Younglo Wapi, Dave Wapi, Achi Wapi, and all of his brothers, and they are following from Boston, Massachusetts. I want to say welcome to you. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Thanks to you guys for joining the broadcast. I want to say welcome. I'm excited to have you guys on the platform. Brevian's Widow, welcome. Long time, Brevian Widow. Thank you for coming back. We're excited to have you on the platform. Brevian Widow, welcome to the broadcast. David Pukuya. David Pukuyu, welcome to you, David Pukuyu. I'm excited to have you on the platform. Welcome to the broadcast, David Pukuyu. Welcome to the broadcast. Komnan Bali. Komnan Badia, welcome to you, Komnan Badia. I'm excited to have you on the platform, Komnan Badia. Welcome to the broadcast. Mr. Ezekiel Kennedy is saying that he's from work, but he's following me. Welcome. Hope you have a good time at job, and hope you have a good listening to the Dakpannah Show while you're at work. Welcome. Beatrice Gay Davis, welcome to you, Beatrice Gay Davis. Beatrice Gay Davis, welcome to you. I'm excited to have you on the platform. Welcome. Welcome to the broadcast. George Lomangere Wing, hey, my dear friend. George, why you ran away from the show the last time? So now we're talking about big and small. I was not talking about big and small. George Lomangere Wing, all the way there from Minnesota, the president's daughter. Welcome, George Lomangere Wing. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Vamadi Donso, welcome to you, Vamadi Donso. I'm excited to have you on the platform, Vamadi Donso. Welcome. And to all of our Muslim brothers who are going through the month of Ramadan, who are observing the month of Ramadan, I want to say Assalamu alaikum to you guys. I think today's the 8th day, right? Today should be the 8th day. Yeah, today should be the 8th day. You guys have the 8 or 7 more days to go. All of our Muslim brother, we want to appreciate you guys for the time of fast, and prayer. We hope that you guys will keep Liberia, Mama Liberia in all of your supplements. We hope that you guys will include Mama Liberia in all of your supplements. So I want to say welcome. Thank you for joining the show, all of our Muslim brothers. Hope you guys have a good time observing the month of Ramadan. Rebecca Sely, long time, my dear friend Rebecca Sely. Welcome to the broadcast. Thank you for joining the show. Welcome. Nice having you back on. Vivian Wheeler, hey, my all-time favorite. All-time favorite fan, Vivian Wheeler. Welcome, Vivian. Long time. You ran away from the show these days. Welcome to the broadcast, Vivian Wheeler. Welcome. Mr. Franklin Coleman, the man that abandoned his own little brother. Now, only the man and myself can interact this time. Franklin Coleman ran away from me. So, only the Madam Tekonti Coleman, she's the only one that she and myself can interact. Mr. Franklin Coleman ran away from me. But welcome back, Mr. Franklin Coleman. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Teddy Ready Manuba, welcome to you. Teddy Ready Manuba, welcome. It's nice to have you on the show. Teddy Ready Manuba. George Lomangere Wing, welcome. Teddy Ready Manuba, no, Teddy. I left ever since, oh Teddy. Teddy Ready Manuba, I left ever since. Yeah, but you want to know more, you call me and then we'll talk better. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, welcome. Mr. Lucini Jabate, welcome to the broadcast, Mr. Lucini Jabate. I understand that Mr. Lucini Jabate is not in Newark, New Jersey. He's no more in New York. He's in Newark, New Jersey. Mr. Lucini Jabate, my satellite is on you. Welcome from Newark, New Jersey. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Hey, Mr. Charles Roberts, the lone soldier for United Party, CPP lone soldier. I don't know, he's not in the CPP again. He's a lone soldier for United Party now. I thought he used to be the lone soldier for the CPP. But now he's a lone soldier for the UP. Hey, my dear brother Charles Roberts, Charlie, welcome to the broadcast. Charles Roberts, welcome. Following from the motherland, welcome. Mr. Riverside Pro, I appreciate you for coming on the platform. I follow you guys a little bit on the Across Africa network. And I don't know why you guys keep going over there. Mr. Lover Judah is very biased. Mr. Lover Judah is my own big brother, but he's very biased. You want to do talk show, you got to put the biases aside. When he call you on that show, you go there, he will allow those opposition guys to dominate you. As long as you start to speak on behalf of the government, they don't give you a chance. Sometimes they denigrate people on that platform. He sit there and let people speak, try to condescend, try to tell you that you know what you're talking. The guys who in the opposition on that Lover Judah show, they feel that they know all. They feel that they know everything. So when you're even speaking, they don't want to give you a chance. They try to insult you. And Mr. Lover Judah sit there, he don't talk. Because he's in favor of what those guys do on his show. But you pretend to be a talk show host, but then you're not balanced. You're very biased. So I don't think you're gonna be hosting show. You just need to host a show for the opposition, but don't pretend that you want to have a dissenting opinion or dissenting voices. Then you can't control the show. Those guys attack people. They don't allow you to even speak. Sometimes he joins them and all of that. So I followed the show a little bit, but I had to leave to prepare for my show. But welcome, Mr. Rosette Pro. I know you guys have thick skin. I know we ain't trying to say I'm a supporter of the government, but the fact of the matter, when you're doing this kind of job, you got to be balanced as much as possible. If you don't want to be balanced, you can just go ahead and host your show. But don't bring people on, then you want to pretend that you balance. That's the problem I have with Mr. Lover Judah. But welcome, Rosette Pro. Yeah, Mr. Frankie, come on here. Mr. James Tanner, welcome to the broadcast. Welcome, Mr. James Tanner, welcome. Yeah, and it seems Lover Judah's, the reason why you see me, I raise an issue with him because he always raised the same issue with the guy from Spoon. So he said you should practice what you preach. All those guys over there speaking a lot of series, they know nothing about Liberia, but they sit in America and they want to talk about Liberia because the internet is free and Mark Zuckerberg provided opportunity for us. They sit there, they know nothing. No, some of them you check it out, they haven't even been home for a very long time, but they sit there. You sit on a Liberian platform. You don't even try to be a Liberian for once. You want to be speaking series. And speaking series, you want to be American and you want to be Liberian. You gotta relate to the common people. It's a Liberian platform. So you don't have it coming on, you be saying that speaking series, then you want to be denigrating the people, condemning the people and all that kind of stuff. That's a nonsense. We sit there and all these things having one talk. The same people that criticize other people, so why we can criticize them? We always criticize them as well. TC Aku, welcome. TC Aku. Thank you for joining the broadcast. TC Aku. Oh, that's a new person. I only know one Aku, chat, Pastor Chat Aku. I see another Aku here, TC Aku. Welcome. Mr. Moses Man Richardson, the senior analyst, the senior consultant of the Dakpannah Show, Mr. Moses Man Richardson, following all the way there from Louisville, Kentucky. Hope you are doing good, sir. Welcome. Mr. Aliyu V Kamara. This other big brother too, he was there being dishonest with Liberian people the other day. And today on his show, he was very dishonest. And he was preaching travel politics. Very divisive in his deliberation today. I follow him too. But anyway, let's go ahead. Welcome to the show, Mr. Aliyu Kamara. Welcome. John Brown, welcome to you, John Brown. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Welcome. Joseph G. Hosman. Joseph G. Hosman, welcome to you. Hope I'm getting your name right. Joseph G. Hosman, welcome. Orita Gay, welcome. Harrison Bablo, welcome. Harrison Bablo, welcome. Yeah, Josie, she didn't want to say or do anything that she can handle. Because I was trying to pour in a situation that she can handle. So she had to leave the Dakpannah. See you. Now me talking that you talking. Okay, so far so good. Those are the folks. I don't know what other someone else following somewhere. Let me see the other side. Okay, so I think yeah, those are the people. All right.
This is episode 2.
So you got to continue to follow the show. As the show goes on, we'll come back and see if we can recognize the new people that will be joining. But welcome to the broadcast.
When you having the money, you still alive. Rest fellow, don't fall apart. Now when they come in, the cuckoo fly.
Okay, I want to say thank you. Welcome to the broadcast. I want to appreciate all of you guys for taking time off your busy schedule to be with me on the broadcast. Welcome to the broadcast. So I want to say a lot of things happening in country. We're following the situation involving the collaborating political party. I don't know whether we still have a CPP or we still have a former CPP, but as far as I'm concerned, we still have a CPP, because even if the United Party and ALP is no more part of the CPP, but we still have the ANC there, and we also have a segment of the Liberia Party. I don't know why I should say a segment of the Liberia Party, because the leadership of Musa Bede is being recognized by the National Election Commission. So I would not want to say a segment, but I could also be right if I say a segment, because Yombikanga Lawrence, she's the political leader, even though she was suspended. Or the last time I checked, I don't know if she was expelled or why, I really don't know, but I will continue to say a segment. Musa Bede is the chairman recognized by the National Election Commission, but the fact of the matter is that he's an embattled chairman of the Liberia Party. Stevie Zago from the Yombikanga Lawrence segment of the LP is saying that he's the chair. So we don't know. But Mo Ali raised something the other time. And I think yesterday he raised an issue. He raised an issue. And I think it's something that I need to talk about. I really don't know why that happened. But according to Mo Ali, when the National Election Commission chairman was being indicted by the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, LACC, and when she was taken to court, we saw Musa Bede, the embattled chairman of the Liberia Party, escorting her. And in fact, he was the only chair from a political party with her. According to Mo Ali, Musa Bede signed a bond. He was the one who signed the bond of the NEC bus. I don't know how true is it that what Mo Ali is saying. Mo Ali said it, and the newspaper also carried it. But Musa Bede is saying that, well, the reason why he escorted her was to be in solidarity, because he is a chair of a political party. He's a chair for a political party. And the fact of the matter, if the person who's regulating all political parties in the country is in trouble, he too is in trouble. So he decided to be in solidarity with her by going. Does that make sense? Well, that's why he had to say. But for me, I don't want to see it as something that really convincing. It's not really convincing. Because this woman, she was accused of corruption. She was indicted. So, This lady was indicted. She was indicted by the Liberia government through the Anti-Corruption Commission. And you guys from the opposition always talk about these things. You guys talk about corruption. You guys talk about how the government is corrupt, how the government is doing little or nothing to fight corruption. So if the NEC boss, even though it's not proven yet, but with the evidence in the possession of the LCC decided to indict her. So why should Musa Bedete be in sympathy with somebody who have been indicted for corruption? Why did he escort her? Why did he also stay her bond? Why? I thought it should have been something that he should have supported. Support the government for taking action against the NEC. So perhaps Mo Ali could be right. It's like Musa Bedete and the National Election Commission boss, have some level of cordiality. They have some level of cordiality. They have something doing that we don't know. Perhaps. Because Musa Bedete was the only person from a political party to be there. He was there beside her, escorting her side by side. What fish did Musa Bedete have to fry in that oil? What fish? He had no fish to fry in that oil. It was not his business. But Mo Ali is saying that the reason for the information gather, from the information gathered by them, is the reason why Musa Bedete is in sympathy, or he was in solidarity with the NEC boss, because of the ties between them. They both, and Musa Bedete and the NEC chair, they both have a close tie. That's the reason why the NEC always, do things in favor of Musa Bedete. That's what Mo Ali is saying. Even though I don't agree with Mo Ali, but he could be right. The reason why I'm not agreeing with Mo Ali, because I don't have no facts. I don't have no facts, no proof. Yes, we saw Musa Bedete at the court along with the NEC boss. Yes, we did saw that. Oh, we did see that. We gotta be careful the English this now, because we got our men around who can be our men at this time. They can be some you and then getting some issue to start telling you how you can speak Bogo, you can speak English. Because there's not in Liberia speaking English. It's something that everybody takes serious. So they filed the matter, but we try. Some of us, we know it too good, but we try. But the fact of the matter is that Mo Ali could be right. It's something that we all can plunder over. It's something that we can look in and see and take the sense from in it. Maybe that's the reason why Musa Bedete has the wind to fly, because of the relationship between he and the NEC chair. As far as I'm concerned, this lady was not convicted, but she was charged. She was charged. She was taken to court by the LACC. If I was president today, this lady should have been suspended for time indefinite until she can what? Until she can how you call it? Until she can proving innocent, or until she can be set free, because this lady is a tint. Is a tint right now on. Is a tint on the NEC for such a body like the NEC, an integrated institution, anti-grab body like the NEC, an integrated institution, to have or NEC a boss who have been accused of corruption, then she's sitting over our electoral process. This is scary. It's totally uncalled for. I really don't know what President Weah is waiting for to ask the woman to step aside. By now, the woman shouldn't have been there. This woman shouldn't have been there. She should step aside. She was accused. The Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, the anti-graft body of the government, one of the anti-graft bodies of the Liberian government, indicted this woman. She has been prosecuted. But yet President Weah still keeps her over there. That is totally wrong. So how will we boast of this government doing everything to fight corruption? That's the reason why I sometimes agree with people who says that the government is doing little or nothing to combat corruption. Because this NEC boss shouldn't be there. She should be suspended. Even though, yes, the argument people are pushing, oh yeah, the lady, she's serving a tenure position, but even if you are serving a tenure position, you can be suspended for cause. You can be fired by cause. When President Weah came into office, this guy, there was a guy there serving the lottery, the national lotteries. That guy was on a tenure position. The guy on a tenure position. President Weah went ahead and removed the guy. The guy took the government to court. When the guy took the government to court, the court said that the guy didn't do nothing. He was not removed for any cause. So the guy was reinstated by the court. What happened after some time again? President Weah went and he suspended the man for time indefinite. He suspended the man for time indefinite for cause. That guy was serving a tenure position. He was serving a tenure position. He was serving a tenure position. So why? So why did President Weah suspend that guy for cause? Why can't he suspend this NEC boss? People are saying that, well, this woman, this NEC boss, she has a close ties with the president, dating way back from their days in opposition. That's what they are saying. And according to some information, she was even sent to the NEC for a recommendation by the CDC. It was the CDC who nominated her, who recommended her to the NEC. It was the CDC. So it's because of that. Are we implementing the laws of our country based on friendship? So we need to continue to call on the president to take the needed action. He shouldn't focus on protecting his friends. No. He was elected by the Liberian people to seek the interests of the country, not to seek any personal interest. So Mo Ali is accusing Musa Belete and the National Election Commission boss of being in so a good rapport, or being in some how you call it, political marriage or some kind of marriage. He accuses them of being some kind of marriage. That's the reason why Musa Belete was in court, standing by her side by side, and Mo Ali even alleged that Musa Belete was the one who brought her out. So we don't know how true is it. So maybe that's the reason why Musa Belete, has a wing to fly. So that's what Mo Ali saying. So what do you guys make of that? When you call in, you can have your say. As a related to that, maybe you disagree with Mo, or maybe you agree for me. I'm not disagreeing, I'm not agreeing. I just like putting it out. And also, a lot of killings in the country. We don't know what is happening. We are seeing a lot of mysterious killings over the time. a lot of mysterious killings going on in the country. And we also see people involved with killings. And we want the government to continue to do more. We want the government to enforce the security, try to upgrade, try to do more when it comes to security. The last time I was on the show, people called into the program and said that right now what Liberia needs, what Liberia needs is for good security. Some people say roads. Some people say a good healthcare sector. Some people say a good electricity sector or energy sector. Good energy sector. So we want to continue to urge the government to do everything in its power to embark on clamping down on those would-be perpetrators of heinous crimes in the country. Killings of people, destroying innocent lives. Those who are involved with those mysterious killings, those mysterious deaths across the country need to be prosecuted. They need to be clamped down on. Some times ago, we saw the police clamping down on criminal high-ups. They even killed some of them and other things. So we need the government to do more. They need to embark on a rigorous process of clamping down on those perpetrators of evil in our country. Because of those killings that are taking place, most people don't want to go to Liberia. People are afraid of going back home. You want to go back home, you're afraid. Why? I don't know. People are running away from Liberia only because of those mysterious deaths. And the government needs to step up. I want to thank the president for intervening. The president said that the family of Princess Cooper, the late Princess Cooper, should recommend any pathologist to go back and do another autopsy on Princess Cooper's body. They said the government said that they should go ahead. The government will sponsor it. Because according to the Princess Cooper's family, they said that the government pathologist autopsy the findings, they disagree with the findings. They said at no point in time Princess Cooper had any tuberculosis or TB. No, that's not true. They say that's not true. They disagree. They differ with that report. So I think it was in good faith that the president said that, well, okay, it's good, but you guys should recommend any pathologist from anywhere. The government will be responsible to pay them for them to do a second autopsy. So I don't know how far they gone now because the government gave them 48 hours. I don't know, today should be the end of the 48 hours or whatever, I don't know, but we hope that the family can make good or make use of that offer. I hope they can make good of that offer and see how best they can bring in another pathologist in the country so that we can see. Because one thing I know, science is science. So I don't like to argue with science because it's something that you don't argue with science. But if the family disagrees, who am I to say they shouldn't disagree? But we urge them to make good of the offer made by the government, and then let it recommend another pathologist so that they can be able to go back in and do a second autopsy, and then we'll see what would be the findings. Because one of the things the family said the doctors, the government doctors, they are not forensic pathologists. They are not forensic pathology. Yeah, so these kind of in this kind of investigation, the family said they need real forensic pathologists. Those pathologists that specialize in forensic autopsy to pathologists. Yeah. So we hope that they can get that of somebody who is specialized in forensic autopsy, so that they can do, they can re-examine the body and see what they will come up with. But we pray that the best thing will be done. And so the CPP is, I listened to Mr. Aliu Kamara talking about, travel politics. I think it was disingenuous on his part to sit on his platform and, talk about those kind of politicking. Or how the Mandingo people and the Kisi people, they are together. There will be no way that the Mandingo people will think against the Kisi people. The Mandingo people consider the Kisi people as their uncle. That's a tradition. We all know the tradition. He said Mandingo people and Kisi people, they come way back from the Malay Empire, the Songhai Empire, and what so forth. He is saying that if Musa Bedete is considered to be a running mate of Cummins, the Mandingo people would prefer Boakat and Bedete. All kind of thing he said, He said Musa Bedete is a 419er. He's involved with all kind of criminal activity and all of that. He said, even Lucini, I listened to him, he said, Lucini Bedete, he said the All Liberian Coalition Party, ACOP, they are likely to support Joseph Boakai. That's what he said. And he said that would be a good thing. But he said even if Lucini Bedete is considered, if ACO support Cummins, and if even Lucini Bedete is selected as running mate to Cummins, still it will be a waste of time. Because the Mandingo people will not even listen to ACO. The Mandingo people will go the way of Boakai and all of things. I think that he was being deceptive to the conversation. His deliberation was very poor. It had no logic. Because the fact of the matter here is that nobody got control or nobody in Liberia. That travel politics that everybody try to preach, it don't hold water anymore. It don't hold water anymore. It don't hold water anymore. These days, Liberians, people go for what they think you are made of. It's not about tribe anymore, or Mandingo, Gisi, Pele, Bassa. No. It doesn't go that way. So I disagree with Mr. Aliu Kamara. I hope he will call in, but I followed his show today, and he was like just trying to send in false and misleading information. Yeah. So there are a lot of things happening in the country. The National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority boss, during the week, she was somewhere in Equatorial Guinea. I think she spoke at a certain forum. She spoke at a forum there, and she called on the international community to be able to get more involved with fishing activities in Liberia. Yeah, I don't have the notes right now, but I think she spoke well. She talked about more investment to come into the country when it comes, encouraging the international partners to get more involved with Liberia when it comes to the fisheries industry and so forth. And the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority continues to revamp the fishery sectors in the country. And I think the lady and her team, they are doing tremendously well. I'm talking about the Emma Mentier Glasgow, the head of NAFA. They are doing well. She's trying to sell our fishery industry to the outside world, which is good. Trying to get more people involved, trying to make people to have the desire to go to Liberia and see how best they can invest in the fishery industry. So that's a good one. I hope that they continue strong, the hard work, and see, and we are seeing a lot of improvement in the fisheries industry in Liberia. So we'll continue to do more. A lot of things. A lot of things to talk about. We understand that there's a man who killed his girlfriend. I don't know, his girlfriend or his wife killed his girlfriend somewhere in the VOA community. According to the story, this man and the girlfriend, they were together, and then at a certain point in time, they decided to separate. So the man told the woman that the woman told the man that, I know the man told the woman that, okay, saying you don't like me anymore, so that give settle me out and blah 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 blah. I don't know who said it. I know it was the man or the woman, but they separated. For many days, people stopped seeing that man around a woman. They said for weeks and months. But then at the end of the day, what happened? This time the guy didn't got jealous or what. I know the woman involved with some kind of relationship or whatever. He got a tip off. He got jealous and he went there. He went at night. And he jumped into the house and started to attack the woman. But there was a big better there. The woman was a big better. They started fighting. So after he noticed that they were trying to overpower him, according to information, he killed the woman. No, he didn't kill the woman. He injured the woman. He injured the big brother. And he attempted to burn the house down, but that didn't materialize. And then an angry mob went in for him, beat him to death. Yeah, so that's what happened. I've been seeing the story all over the social media. Angry mob beat him to death. But as we speak, the woman and the big brother, they are uncritical. They are very critical. They are at the hospital, but very critical list. So we condemn mob justice. What we expected that they should have turned him over to the police. And I don't go for people taking the laws in their own hands, even though what he did was wrong. And we pray that those people will be able to survive their wounds. But the fact of the matter here is that people should not take the law into their hands. Mob justice is unacceptable. Two wrongs can make right. So next time we urge people to turn people over for investigation instead of taking the laws in their hands. And, so a lot of things happening. So if you want to call in, you can call in and have your say. As it relates to the CPP, the whole saga, the NEC ruled. We all know the National Election Commission is saying that, as far as they are concerned, from the document they have in their possession, it states that the CPP is intact, and if any political party who wants to leave the CPP, they should go through the process. And as far as they're concerned, the ALP and the United Party, they didn't go through the process. So because of that, United Party cannot be recognized as an independent, as a political party. Okay, I got a caller here. Let me try to put in through. Yeah, hold on right there, caller. Yeah, so a lot of things happening in our country. So that means try to put this caller through. Yeah, hold on right there. Caller, you there?
Yes, sir.
Is Mr. Aliyu Kamara?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. I'll follow you on your show, and I think you heard what I said, but go ahead and put your points through.
By the way, what's up with the sudden change? I mean, you're all mellow, you're talking with a heavy voice now. You coming on the show now with different swag. You get swag, eh?
Well, the terrain I'm in, I cannot be, because it's late year, so I don't want to disturb other people, so.
You get chilly, you get mellow, you get cool, have that rich man voice now, everything changes. Oh, the yelling up on everything changes. Well, anyway.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to flow, because you can get a lot out when you relax.
You're not using too much energy, huh? That's good. Well, great. Thank you for the show. And I felt a little constrained to call and make some clarification.
Go
You
ahead.
said, I said Musa Berde was a 419. I did not say that. I never accused Musa Berde of being a criminal of any sort. I did not say that.
Why are you
I think
saying
you're
that?
pulling my leg deliberately. I did not say that. What I said was, in essence, Alexander Cummings is wise enough to know that he wouldn't want to make a man who is that stigmatized to be his running mate. And Musa Berde is stigmatized. And I also made a statement that you want a vice president who is a diplomat and not necessarily a radical. As if Musa Berde could have been a good fit in the Charles Taylor-led administration because he's brave, he's stubborn, and he's not afraid of anything. But you got a vice president who cannot easily go to Europe because he got FIFA to contend with if he gets there. Okay? So why would Alexander Cummings want to do something like that? That is the point I made. Another point, and I appreciate you.
He also said that he's very troublesome.
Well, I've clarified and I've told you what I said. The interpretation now is yours. You know what I'm saying? But I like that you called me out. You said my stuff had no logic. And let me see if the audience what happens is the truth sometimes
But
can be hard to swallow.
Mr. Kamara, in this day and age, you there preaching travel politics.
But let me ask you a question. The Liberty Party, for example, which tribe in Liberia dominates the Liberty Party?
I don't know. I know it'll be a party for all Liberians.
No, don't be dishonest. The Bassa people dominate the Liberty Party.
That's what you think.
Yeah, but that's what we all know.
Why
That.
don't we have a Bassa?
The hierarchy of the Liberty Party is predominantly Bassa as well.
Why don't we have a Bassa chair or Bassa leadership?
You just got rid of them.
No, Archu, most of the guys who head that party, they were in Bassa.
Charles Bronski was in Bassa.
No, I'm not talking about the political leader, but I'm talking about the chair, Fonandi Kofa, Benjamin Senvi. Not Bassa people.
But Benjamin Senvi, the Congo man, we're not talking about that. What I'm trying to tell you here is, who are Yombli Kanga? Bassa. Who Daniel Sano? Bassa.
Daniel Sano is a Gola. Hold on. Daniel Sano is a Gola from Bomi County.
Because Daniel Sano?
No, he's a Gola.
Who is he mixed? He also got Bassa. Who is Wede Power? Bassa. Who is DeLong? Bassa. Most of them, even their lawyers, because Lokanga, Bassa.
But you should also look at their other names that they are not Bassa people, like Harrison Conway. He was a vast standard bearer.
Harrison Conway was a collateral damage. Harrison Conway was used because Nimakate is popular in vote. Since Harrison Conway, since that election, where is Harrison Conway now? What role he playing in that party?
He's the head of the advisory council.
He's that team that ceremonial stuff. The real people in real action order right now are people like Musa Berde at this particular point. And because Musa Berde has taken over the Liberty Party in the manner in which he has done, the Liberty Party does not have the Bassa people support. So there's no argument that Liberia politics is traditionally a tribal politics. You can only avoid tribal politics if a country is not tribal.
But Mr. Kamara, you got front on sedition, front on George Weah for getting involved with tribal politics. So why are you
No, you're getting stuff, you terribly getting stuff wrong. I think it's deliberate what you're doing. George Weah, once you assume the presidency, then the issue of what tribe you are becomes null and void. At that point, you sit on top of the Ministry of Finance, you sit on top of the Ministry of Justice. You understand what I'm saying? At this point, you're covering Liberia at this particular point. But until you get to that part, where you get to the executive marshal and you're the president, your base, your first base, is the ethnic group you come from. Listen, there's nothing wrong with it because it is nature, it is natural. If God wanted all of us to be from one language, he would have just put all in one tribe, one language. He didn't do that like he did with the people in England. He didn't do that like he did with the people in Portugal. He gave us 16 different languages. Okay, so God himself was the one who brought a division. And now what you do with that division, that's where we can either rate you bad or good. But there's nothing wrong with being divided. If you're divided on the basis of animosity, hatred, and envy, then we're talking something. But God himself divided the planet. Okay? So, if you're a Bassa man, and I believe you got some kind of Bassa in you,
Yeah.
you will relate easily to a Bassa man than you will relate to a Fula man. It's just simple. It's not because you're prejudiced. It's not because you hate Fula people. It's because there are several things that differentiate you from a Fula man. And those are the things that make you whole, you find it in the Bassa man. So you are easily connected to the Bassa man on no basis of conspiracy or prejudice. It's just that that's the way it naturally is. In America, for example, when you come to America, there are several different traditions in America. But which tradition, as a black man from Africa, which one of the traditions in America is easy for you to relate to? It's much easier for you to relate to African American tradition than it is for you to relate to a European tradition in America. It's simple because they look like you, you have some similarities, and so your first instinct is to get close to the group of people that you can culturally relate with. It's just a normal thing. Okay? So what I was trying to say in that stuff before I get to your actual topics here, is that if you look at Liberia is divided into three in terms of ethnicity. You have the male, the Mende, and the Kwa. The Kwa are very close in tradition and culture. The male and Mende are very close in tradition and culture. Under normal circumstances, like I went to Muslim Congress High School way back in the days. And that high school was open to the entire country, but because it was called Muslim Congress, we only have few crew, and a couple of Bassa. If you look at Muslim Congress High School back in the days, and even Ahmadiyya and other schools in Monrovia now, you will see Gola, you will see Vai, you see Madingo, you see Gandhi predominantly covering the school. And when you go among them, when I was in Muslim Congress, it was difficult for you to determine what tribe is what tribe because everybody could just simply relate. All those tribes, they just interwoven and they could just connect. So when it was time for us to vote for us to do state council and this and that, there was nobody they would click or buy click. It was just Muslim boys and girls. You getting my point?
I get it.
So for somebody to say you pick one Muslim man because he's Madingo, and then you think all of the Madingos will support that one Muslim man because he's Madingo, you're getting it wrong. What I was trying to say in essence is that same belief you have in that Madingo man, you can have the same belief in a environment, and Madingo people still gravitate to that environment because they can still relate to environment. You getting my point? I'm confusing you.
No, I'm getting you, but why it has to do with
I know
Gisi?
you don't want to hear it, but it's a natural reality.
But why it has to do with Gisi?
Uh-huh.
You're making it look like Mandingo people and Gisi people, they've been working together for a very long time. They have a strong ties.
You bother, man, you don't understand.
But we know there's a tradition in Lofa Kante. People say uncles, nephew, and all of that. We know that.
So what's the point?
So the issue here is why you think a Mandingo man or Mandingo people will not support their own Mandingo brother, but they instead support Gisi?
I'm telling you that the Gisi man is also a Mandingo man's brother. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? A Madingo man refusing to support a Kissy man will be based on that Kissy man's behavior. A Madingo man will not dodge a Kissy man for another Madingo man. Now let me just tell you something. Remember, we got Madingo, just like the other tribes got argument among them. Madingo people do have arguments among them. They just wouldn't let you know as well. Among the Madingo people, the Madingos that are in Lofa County are not the same Madingo that Musa Belete is. You have to understand that. There's a difference. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's as far as I can go. I will not expose too much to you. So even among the Madingo people, there are some differences.
But you didn't only talk about Mandingo in Lofa. You talk about Mandingo in Mankibi, other parts of the country.
I'm telling you that the Mandingo in Lofa, they're not just in Lofa, they're spread out. Mm-hmm. Some of them are Magibian, and some of them are from most of other countries. For me, for example, I was born and raised in Magibi County around there. Mm-hmm. Some are Magibian, but my origin is also from Lofa County. I'm telling you that even among the Mandingo people, they have their own differences. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They have their own arguments, and some of us cannot expose that because it's amongst Mandingo people. We don't put it out there, but it exists, and I can't tell you what it is. However, don't conclude in your mind in any instant that all Mandingo people will always go the same direction. You'll be making a huge mistake. Because during the early time, when Ellen was running 2005 and 2011, some Mandingo people went to Georgia, and most Mandingo people went to Ellen. So it just depends what's on hand. And you remember, Akko was in the race in 2005, right?
Yeah.
And most of the Mandingo people went and voted for Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and George Weah and not Akko.
No, I disagree. Musa Arachi Goman got the highest vote of the Mandingo people in 2005, the first round.
You know, you calculated the Mandingo vote?
Yeah,
how you know the higher vote?
The Mandingo he got huge votes from the Mandingo population. We know that.
He got Mandingo vote. He never got the. Let me tell you, Mandingo people combined, they are well close to 200,000 people in the country. What was Alaji Kraman's vote?
Well, I can't remember, but he got most of his votes from the Mandingo community.
But what place Alaji Kraman came? Did he even come first place?
The Muslim community. But Mr. Soma, I don't have that thing right here. So, but the fact of the matter is that
the man even come first place.
The fact of the matter is that
if Alaji Kraman got most of the Mandingo vote, let's just assume at least he got 150,000 people. He would have been ahead of Alexander Cummings. Alexander Cummings had 112,000 votes, and he was ahead of Alaji Kraman.
No, but 2005 coming in the race.
Let me say 2000, what? No. Yeah, but even 2005, you had Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, you had George Weah, you had Bronsky, and somebody else.
Yeah, but Kramantu was somewhere.
And mind you now, we have to remember the Unity Party the man who founded Unity Party was also a Mandingo man. You know that, right?
I know that.
Edward Bion Keseli.
I know that.
So Akko alone cannot have Mandingo votes.
Okay,
because there are other Mandingo parties.
Let's proceed. I know you agree with Mo Ali because you support Joseph Boakai. So anything that Mo Ali says, whether it's right or wrong, you agree with it.
I believe that's a condescending statement, but I'll brush over it like I didn't hear it at all. Okay, you know.
Because
but no,
Mo Ali accusing Musa Belete. He's accusing Musa Belete. He's accusing Musa Belete of having a relationship with the NEC boss.
Did he give you evidence of that?
The only evidence he gave was Musa Belete, he was with her when she was being inducted.
He displayed a newspaper
yeah,
that showed a photograph of the National Election Commission bus with a political party chairman, an embattled political party chairman.
But you listen to where the power she said that was a form of solidarity.
But then where does the phrase conflict of interest comes in?
But he's saying that they are saying that he is the head of the NEC. And NEC is the regulator. So political party should be in sympathy with the NEC in terms of trouble or problems.
Sometimes the whole devil advocate thing I can want to do sometimes. It's funny because we're talking about a serious situation. A guy walks into a political party, puts everybody out of that political party. The political party leader writes the National Election Commission stating that whatever document that brought her under person to permanence, that document is nullified. That particular embattled person goes to the National Election Commission and wins a case against the leader of the political party. Fast forward, you see the same leader, you see the same chairman of that embattled chairman in cahoots, and they go to lunch and they sit together, he and the Election Commission chairperson. What will you say about that?
But they are not.
Okay, let's look at it this way again.
But they are not enemies.
No. Let's look at it this way. We're talking about conflict of interest. We're not talking about enemy or friend. Let's look at it this way again. All right? There is a case. Somebody filed a complaint at the National Election Commission against another political party. This case is constitutional and it's about rights. And under our laws, the courts are the only ones that can determine somebody's right or anything that centers around constitutionality. The Election Commission should not have any power to hear such a case. Through this very chairperson, again, the Election Commission gave a ruling on a constitutional matter, which is a complete violation of the Supreme Court standing. And then all of a sudden, you see newspaper surfacing of one of the person who filed the complaint, along with the National Election Commission chairperson, eating lunch and dinner together, and he paying $300,000 to pay her out of jail.
That's allegation.
But why the man deny it? Remember the same day the woman came from court, the day Musa Belede and that woman went to the court, and the day the woman came from court, Musa Belede was put on that same very day. And he made mention of these same things, that they got her out of trouble. All right? This is an election commission chairperson who was indicted and is still undergoing legal proceedings, seen with an embattled, controversial figure in personal spaces with close proximities. So what should they say? Doesn't Mo Ali have the right to be suspicious of the woman after everything I've told the other suspicious things she's done? But we don't know. We don't know.
But Mo Ali was challenged, but with the power, I think she's the vice chair for
who is with power to defend Musa Belede against Mo Ali? Musa Belede is a groom He defend himself. I'm not taking what the power say. I want to hear what Musa Belede has to say.
Mr. Kamara, the fact of the matter here is that where the power is challenging Mo Ali to go to the court.
But where the power cannot challenge Mo Ali to go anywhere. Mo Ali can go to court on his own terms. Mo Ali can go to court in accordance with what the law says.
He raising a sensitive issue. So why can't he go to the court to address it?
You see, you can say go to court. You know, Alexander Cummings started the same thing. When the people told him about a framework document, is there anybody who thinks that he did anything wrong, the person must carry to court? No, in court now. You can start when they put court business.
But he's not complaining. He had always said that he's innocent and he will defeat the UP and the ALP.
He's complaining. If people say the kids are bogus kids, the government after them, the Solicitor General after them, this and that, they're accusing the government. How did they accusing people? At the end of the day, they asked Benin to take them to court. They did that. So sometimes be careful what you wish for, what you ask for.
Heavily supported by Joseph Pwaka.
Again.
So why is he refusing to go to testify?
Who said Joseph Pwaka refused to go to testify?
Yes, he did. the sheriff took the sheriff took how you call it, took the stuff there. They rate.
What's the name of the sheriff that took it there?
Nathaniel took the.
Don't make up anything here,
No,
man.
it's near Nathaniel.
Joseph Barker have not received any citation from any court.
Listen.
None.
The citation was taken to the UP headquarters. They said he was
No,
not there.
but if anything was taken to UP headquarters, the Secretary General will know. The Secretary General said he has seen nothing.
No, listen. They refused to sign for it. So the next day he went to Joseph Barker's house and he met the EPS guy.
Are you saying they say yeah, or are you speaking as if you know for a fact?
I'm quoting the sheriff, Nathaniel. I'm quoting Sheriff Nathaniel. No, I can't remember the last name, but we carry that story. Sheriff Nathaniel went to Joseph Barker's house and he met the EPS guy. And the EPS guy said, oh, the old man was there, he was dressing. So he went and informed Joseph Barker. He informed Joseph Barker that there was a sheriff with a citation. And later on, the guy said, oh, I already told him. But then later on, the guy came by and said, after the sheriff been waiting, sitting and waiting, he said, oh, the paper, he gone Ghanaville. Joseph Barker went and used the back gate and went. So what kind of leader is that? He's running away from the law.
You're a good comedian.
He's running away from the law. No, it's not funny. It's serious. I'm quoting the sheriff.
And let me just say this, all right? Joseph Barker have not been served any sermon.
Because he refusing to sign for it.
He has not been ordered to go to court. The Solicitor General have never spoken with
then you are being insincere to the discussion. Because it's clear that the court sacked him, they subpoena him. So how you say he had not been?
Joseph Barker have not received any subpoena.
Because he refusing, he escaping.
Joseph Barker have not received any subpoena. There are two places you can get Joseph Barker. You can either go to his house, or you can deliver mail to the United Party headquarters, and the bills will be signed for, must and will be signed for.
But you're not
at the United Party headquarters.
You're not understanding.
He does not have to be there.
He was there. He went. The sheriff went there, and they refused to sign for it.
No, let me get to the issues that really makes what you
no, but you're escaping that. It's not guessing. It's what the sheriff said.
No, we never heard that sheriff say anything. Nobody know the sheriff. Only you want to know the sheriff at the time.
I will go on the Dakpannah 24 website and read that story when you leave. Go ahead.
Let me just say this to the Liberian people. Joseph Numa Boakai, at this point in time in your nation's history, you need a man like Joseph Numa Boakai.
Someone would think that you are not being serious. You look at an old man whose foot is almost in the grave, and you want to entrust him with a country like Liberia, when he couldn't even handle a problem in a full political party. Then you want to give him Liberia with compact, complex problems?
Who's to determine whose foot is in the grave? I'm about 18 years older than Christmas City, which means I can even born a man. I'm not dead.
Yeah, but that's not an issue. The issue is that can happen. These things happen, but we're looking at a very old man and looking at the tax.
What is a very old man?
Looking at the tax ahead.
How old is a very old man?
You're looking at the tax ahead of him.
Anyway, I cannot keep my conversation on until you talk because I complete time after you talking. But what I would say to the Liberian people, we are at a crossroad, a serious crossroad. And we need someone with not just an administrative experience.
Don't you think, Mr. Kamara, don't you think we need someone like Cummings, someone that tell one gonglo?
We need someone who knows the problem.
Don't you think?
We cannot take chances. We took chances when we said we wanted something different and we chose this.
Mr. Camara, don't you think Taiwan Gonglo knows the problem? Don't you think Cummings knows the problem?
No, let's take Cummings out.
Okay.
Cummings does not. Cummings, in fact, for me to even know who Cummings is, I have to Google him.
All right, Mr. Camara, let me hold you there.
No, before you go, let me say this.
Okay,
Taiwan Gongolo knows the problem. Taiwan Gongolo understands the problem. If Joseph Boakai is not in the race today, Taiwan Gongolo is the best suited person. But the problem is the number Joseph Boakai has, Taiwan Gongolo do not have one half of that number. Because both of them are both credible and respected in the society, we'll go with the one with the higher number for now. But if Joseph Boakai were not in the race, we'll choose Taiwan.
Mr. Camara, why can you convince Boakai to give in to Gonglo since he pretty seated and he has an age in his favor?
Well, let me just say this to you, okay? Every Taiwan Gongolo will not want to listen to what you just asked me to do. What you call age in his favor, Donald Trump is 66 years old and count on it on the foot, Donald Trump is going to be running. Okay? Joe Biden is 81 years old.
Now you're talking about America.
Are you telling me that Liberia got more compound problem than the United States?
You're talking about America. America is different from Liberia.
No. I'm just telling you, you're talking about age here. We're talking about somebody who knows the situation on ground. Somebody who have the experience and the ability to resolve the issues. You're talking about his age? We got George Weah. George Weah became president before you were even 52 years old. How is that working out for you? Very well, right?
According to the sedition,
so if age is the issue here, then Liberia should be safe right now.
Mr. Camara, according to the sedition, George Weah is the best thing to ever happen to
Liberia. How about you? What do you say?
I can't take side. He's the president.
Why you can't take side? Why you from Pluto?
I'll give it a Camara. Let me take the other color. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Caller, welcome. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, Dakpannah, this is your servant, Mr. Richardson.
Mr. Moses Richardson, thank you for joining.
Sir.
Thank you for joining the broadcast. We are excited to have you on the platform, as always. Go ahead and put your points through.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. I beg to excuse me. I beg to differ with my brother and friend Aliu Kamara. Look, I thank God that some of us have learned a little bit of ABC, and we can read 1 or 2 pages in history. Let me say this, man. This group identity politics is a dangerous game. It's very dangerous. If we cannot read history, we can read our own history that we just wrote 40 years ago. What was our so-called freedom fighters up to when they singled out one tribe or the other simply because they were not part of their group identity? Is that democracy? Why do we keep talking about the group identity? We saw when Fagon came with the country native divide, Congo. That's dangerous, man. It cannot allow our society, as fragile as it is, to suffice any period. If anybody don't understand this, just go on YouTube, Google Auschwitz concentration camps. What the Nazis were up to. You think 6 million people is a small number? I remember when I was in school, I was doing evangelism, and the minister tried to, make us understand what it means to reach out, because, one of the verse that was very frequently quoted was that the end of the world will not come until the gospel is preached to every people's group. The word they use in the Bible is nation, but that means tribal group. In other words, dialectal understanding, getting people to love one another and live communally on a dialectal level. That's the idea. And so when you talk about Ashworth, if anybody listening, just go and Google Ashworth and see what the Nazis did to people who were not like them, who did not identify with that, man. That's dangerous. And if he talks about America as well, you come to the America, the left wing is playing the group identity, but is co-opted by the right wing. And look, let me tell you, the devil or the demon is that thing that divides us, that thing that sows discourse among us, that weakens our unity in order for us to work together as a nation. That's the devil. That's evil. It's not any kind of a real devil coming from the bush and jumping in the street and making all of us say, yeah, then running away. It's you and me. It's that kind of thing we're discussing here. That man is talking about group identity politics here. Why we can't unite around one idea that will foster the development of Liberia as a nation and a people's group instead of Congo man, Mandingo man, crew man.
Kisi man.
I don't think Judge Rice ran because he was a crew man.
No.
I refuse to believe that. That's dangerous. We cannot do this kind of thing. And this is why I think Weah was very wise when he got rid of Fagon.
Mr. Benjamin, if that was the case, then I think Pele people who have always been president of Liberia because Pele is the largest tribe.
Dakpannah, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why that is so. There is something called competence. Because all the things I just told you here, how do we solve it? It will answer that question you ask. If you, Dakpannah, you work hard and prepare yourself and be competent in society to make a difference and present an ideology and services to community that will change lives, and you have maybe 100,000, 200,000 Liberians working to that level, this group identity will erase. We will not be centering and running politics around crew and deal. We'll be talking about what ideas Dakpannah is bringing, what Moses' platform, what are his developmental projects, 50, 40 years, 100 years down the line. That's the kind of thing we'll be flogging to as partisans. Not because we are crews or Mandingos. That's dangerous. The reason you see the Pele were maybe dominant in Liberian politics because, relatively speaking, in respect to our societal and the literacy level, they were competent. Competency, in the secular sense of the word, will definitely defeat evil. It will make you to rise up against all these petty jealousies and trivial issues and click onto the good ones. I was shocked. For some reason, I was on YouTube watching the Ukraine thing, and I saw a little video. It says, Team Maker Project in Ghana. The things that are happening in Ghana for the past 20 years is mind-blowing. But we are still sitting in the same place and are not going anywhere. As we're speaking now, Ghana is building a $60 billion United States petrochemical plant that will be able to manufacture refined natural gas and oil and gasoline and petroleum products, creating 200,000 jobs for Ghanaians and some other West African nationals that are qualified and competent to work in those kind of areas. That's what we need to be doing now. Ghana is transforming to the point where you can't recognize it, and it's irrecognizable. I was there for 11 years. I left there 2001. I can't see Kaswa that I used to live to when I see on YouTube. I can't recognize it, Dakpannah. We need to be competent people. That's why we need to rally around and not drive anymore. Because if we don't do that, we will mark times and Sierra Leone, Kigali, Ghana, and Nigeria, they will leave us behind, man. They will leave us behind.
Wow.
Look at our structures, our societal structure. How many organizations in Liberia that are catering for, that are literally specified and trained to cater for our elderly people? How many organizations are there literally taking care of the people, those that are less fortunate among us? Look at our literacy rates, man. I have up to 9 students that I'm responsible for. That's all family members. The parents are crying to them every time they speak. I'm like, you don't talk like that. You're a high school graduate. You can't even write. And that's society we're talking about. And don't forget, my brother, and to Ali, we are in a community of neighbors of nations. Nobody waiting for us. We talk too much and we are not doing anything to advance our society and for the very survival of the state. Some of these things we're discussing here are very existential. We can't do that. It pains me hearing him. That's why I just want to call to speak on that.
Okay.
Liberians, we need to be competent. You need to strive for competency. When you are competent, the world always wants your best. Your best. This show you're running here now, if this show proved to be the best, you will get the numbers. You get international recognition. Competency. This America we live in is not a place, it's an idea that these people are united around because this is the United States of America. Do you know now that in Washington, D.C., at the Library of Congress, they purposefully collected artifacts, items that represent Liberia, and they put them deep underground so that they can survive any nuclear attack in the event it happens. And that the survivors of that will unearth those items, and around those items, they'll build the idea called America again. We need to have this idea called Liberia and rally around it. That's why we don't have national identity. And we're talking about group identity. What about national identity? The streets Georgia is building and the jobs and the other protests they carry on, that crew people will be riding them, or crew people will be living along those routes and be traveling on them. It's Liberian people. Let's stop these things, man. This is why we lie to each other, we cheat each other, we corrupt. We just run with this malevolence.
Very much dishonest to each other.
Yes. I leave it there, man.
Thank you, Mr. Richardson. Thank you. All right. That's Mr. Richardson. Yeah, you want to participate on the show, you can call in and have your say. The number is up in the comments, not the comment, but the description of the video. The number is right there. So you can get the number from there and call in. You can use that same number to call me via WhatsApp if you are outside the US. You can call me and have your say. Call me on Messenger, WhatsApp, whatever. But let me recognize folks in the comment section while I await your calls. Okay. Okay. Mr. Franklin comments that okay, well yeah, we're top behind the scene, Mr. Franklin comment. One watchers, welcome. Wongi Waters, welcome. Wongi Waters, welcome. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Wongi Waters. Man, Emma Como, I want to say welcome to you. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Man, Emma Como, we are excited to have you on the platform. Man, Jaga's son. Man United. Man, Jaga's son, what's going on, man? These few days have been beating you guys. They've been beating you guys like crazy. Yeah, these few days have been beating Manchester United like crazy. The last time they gave you guys 4. Liverpool gave you guys 4. And today again, Arsenal gave you guys 3. What's going on with Manchester United? What's going on with the Red Devil? Man, Emma Como. It's a good Saturday evening, Dakpannah. Yes, good Saturday evening to you, man, Emma Como. Okay, Manjanga, son Manchester United, said the United Party has no kids. They knew already knew all of those things, but they chose to go before her. So where were they when Fromoyan was doing all the things to the CDC? So Manjanga's son, Manchester United, is saying that. Augusta Bono, welcome. Everybody is related to, everyone is related to everyone. Mo Ali will always say things that he can't handle. But Manjanga's son, Manchester United, is saying that. Is that even if they lost at the Supreme Court, they will come up and accuse the Chief Justice for taking side. Okay. That's a lazy argument from Musa Bedete. Frankly, Komoya is saying that. Cherum Vasoni, welcome. CC Davis, welcome. Kaka Fellas, welcome. Isaac Harris, welcome. Long time, my dear brother, Isaac Harris. Patrick Comanter, welcome. Franklin Conan Ware, welcome. Mo Ali is only saying that because they, UP, lost the case. Had they won, his tune would have been different. Isaac Harris is saying that. Anyone thinking about stopping JMB had not seen real war in Liberia yet. Frankly, Conan, why are you guys trying to threaten the peace? I don't know who is trying to stop JMB. Nobody's trying to stop JMB, frankly. The fact of the matter here is that there's a procedure. He need to follow the procedure. They are only asking him to follow the proper procedure. If you want to leave the CPP, you have to follow the proper procedure. So if you follow the proper procedure, then you will leave without any question. But if you want to jump the boat, then that won't suffice. So I don't know why other you United Party people, supporter of JMB, trying to threaten the peace. We've been through 14 years of war. So nobody is afraid of war anymore in Liberia, So most people just consider you guys as all the things you guys saying are big bluff. Because definitely if anybody try anything stupid in our country, at the end of the day, they will be held liable. They will be dealt with accordingly. Even Liberians will go against them. Because people are tired of the war. We all know what the war did to our country. We all know the suffering we went through. The suffering we incur because of the war. So, I don't know, frankly. I think it's better for us to use the courts. They follow the law. Use the court system. But threatening to go back to the butchers, that is a wrong one idea. Just want to be Pale. Just want to be Pale. Welcome. Thank you for joining the broadcast. Welcome. Frankly, I want you to call into the show and let me all of these things that you're writing. Let engage. Frankly, Conan Ware, call into the show and let's engage. Frankly, Conan Ware, let's engage. James Brand, welcome to you, James Brand. Thank you for joining the show. Welcome. Benetta Chie, welcome. Benetta Chie, welcome to the show. Adolphus Pearson, welcome. George Doe Jones, welcome. George Doe Jones, welcome. George Doe Jones, welcome. Dorothy's son, welcome. Teddy, Talaya Yankum, my dear brother, I will try to call you so we can talk, so we can arrange that thing. The last time we arranged, for you to come on the show so we can discuss on, historic, so we can talk some, historic matter. But I had some issues, but I will find time and call you so that we can rearrange, that discussion. Spencer Tonga, welcome. Mr. Alex Nameland, welcome. Augustine Bowman, welcome. Papi Mo, welcome. Pali Thomas, welcome. Helen Waller, welcome. Helen Waller. Elif Menka, welcome. Evan Smith, my dear brother from Australia, Evan Smith, welcome. Rose Collier, my dear friend, welcome. Carter W, welcome. David B. Wharton, welcome. So, it seems like we're gonna have two callers today, Mr. Richardson and Mr. Aliyu Kamara. But we need to continue to put Liberia first in all that we do. We need to continue to engage, continue to use our voices to speak. Never shall we go back to the butchers to take our arms. The problem that we face with as a country, we all have to blame ourselves for what happened in our country. If we put Liberia first, those things that we see happening today, it will no more happen. Don't you guys understand that everybody will come and say, when you put me there, I will do this. At the end of the day, you put them there, they don't do it. It is the same 6 and 7. It's just like old ones in new bottles. Old ones in new bottles. That's how it is in Liberia. That's how it is in Liberia. Today, the other person will make all the noise. Why we didn't see during the early time? Why we didn't see? When Taylor was in power, the same people that were condemning Taylor, saying Taylor government was corrupt, Taylor was this, Taylor was that. At the end of the day, when we put them in power, what happened? During the interim government, you saw the corruption. Corruption was on the increase in Liberia. Those guys were just looting the country resources. Those were them who said that they came to liberate the people. Taylor too said the government was corrupt. He came, took the door off. Corruption took place in his government. Other group of people said, oh no, Taylor is corrupt. Let's get him off. Shoot the barrels of the gun. They got Taylor off. We saw during the interim government corruption on the increase. Eddie, who condemned other governments. She condemned other government. She said things were not happening in the right. She wanted to be given an opportunity to do what is right. What happened? We put her there. Corruption was on the increase. All of the international funds, the money that was donated to Liberia, $4.9 billion were pumped into Liberia. What happened? Eddie squandered Joseph Parker admitted that they squandered resources. During any time, George Weah and his likes, the CDCO, they were making noise. Corruption. Oh, we have all what it takes to bring the needed change. What happened? When the Weah government took over, today we are still complaining on corruption. So now other group of people, Joseph Parker, who were in Eddie government, Joseph Parker was in Eddie government for 12 years as vice president. We didn't even hear him disagree with Eddie. He didn't disagree with Eddie at all. But at the end of the day, during the 2017 campaign, he said, oh, we had an opportunity, but we squandered our resource. We squandered our opportunity. We had an opportunity, we squandered it. In fact, I was a race car parked in the garage. And this is the man that Eddie used to relate to. Eddie used to relate to Bwaka. She used him on many errors. He was the last man in the room to speak. When everybody finished speaking, Eddie would come and say, so Joe, what you say? So he was well connected. He was highly respected within the government. And gave him all of the necessary respect. But we didn't see nothing much from him. Joseph Boakai cannot even boast of any development in our country during the 12 years. Even the road to Lofa County, the county that always voting him, the road leading to Lofa, what happened? He couldn't even use his lobbyistic power or use the influence to carry a paved road to Lofa County. He couldn't. There have been no opportunity provided by this man. This is the man that can boast of being. Joseph Boakai can say, "Oh, I'm taking loan. I'm taking loan." A man of Joseph Boakai age still talking about taking loan in a country like Liberia with 42 years of experience. This man is already old. But yet, because of greed, because of ego, he wants to be president by all means. So, if Mr. Kamara feels that Tewan Gonglo is qualified, then ask Joseph Boakai to step aside and give way to Gonglo, because Gonglo is well off. He is more younger. And he has all what it takes. But you want to give Boakai a country with all of those complexities when it comes to problems in our country, where all of the sectors are damaged. Then people want to talk about travel politics, or the Gizi people, they have good friends with the Mandingos and all of that. No. There's no need for travel politics anymore. There's no need. We want a country where we all will live in happily. People should bring people into office based on what they can offer the country. We don't want no liability. We don't want to bring in a bunch of people that will come in and loot our country resources. That's the reason why Liberia is not moving forward, because we are just like in circles. We are just like in circles. We are in circles. We are in circles. Doing the same thing over and over, and expect to have different result. Just what Albert Einstein said. That's why we are as Liberians. Very dishonest to each other. We don't put country first. We try to always put our interests above the country interests. That is wrong. So now they are making noise. Those same people, they came together. They told the Liberian people they were the alternative. At the end of the day, today they are fighting among themselves. They call themselves opposition. They are the four biggest opposition political parties. They are fighting among themselves in the country. But now they want to make the Liberian people believe that the government is responsible for that. How? You guys had your thing. And at the end of the day, Joseph Boakai, who claimed to have all what it takes, he couldn't even use the influence. He couldn't even use the wisdom to settle the problem in the CPP. But he had to leave. It was under his leadership that the CPP fell apart. So you see, Joseph Boakai cannot even control four political parties. He cannot even control four political parties. Then our country, almost 5 million or more people, with all of those complexities when it comes to the problem in our country. So, Ms. Aliyu, Kamara, and the rest of the folks, but we hope that the right thing will be done. The people will vote wisely. Whoever that the Liberian people decide to give the opportunity, we will support them. My dear sister Rose Russell, welcome, long time, Rose Russell. So this is it, and we will continue. Franklin Yaba, welcome to you, Franklin Yaba. Miriam Missing said, "Oh yes, Miriam Missing. Miriam Mason said the same people. Yes, old ones in new bottle. Old one. We just in circles. The same United Party people that were in power for 12 years. 12 years. They didn't do nothing much. Today, they're telling us that they want to come back. What they want to do that they didn't do in the 12 years? The same people that we saw surrounding Eden. The same people that are surrounding Eden. Those are the same people that we see today. One of my problems with Cummings is that the reason why you see me, I get so angry with Cummings because where was Cummings? Where was Cummings during our dark days? Where was he? Cummings was nowhere. He didn't identify with Liberia. To the extent Cummings came right down to Nigeria, he was working right in Nigeria. He was working right in Nigeria. He didn't identify at all. Even the refugee camps, he didn't identify with nobody over there. He went to South Africa. No record to show that Cummings identified with Liberia during the days of the civil unrest or crisis. So how will you come now and say, oh yeah, you want to be president, you have love for Liberia, you got all what it takes to bring the needed change? No, I prefer supporting people who been there, people who stood by us. As I always say, I don't say it because I want to boast, but some of us, we didn't leave Liberia. We were in Liberia during the 14 years of civil unrest. We were there. We grew up in that war. Some of us were little when the war came. We grew up in that war. We didn't hear no name called Cummings. He didn't even attend. He didn't even attend none of the peace talks. So this man want to tell us that he has all what it takes today. See how he carry himself. He go to court. He got a fan. He got a fan there blowing him, sitting on a Western bench with a fan. And this man, he does not relate with the ordinary people. He doesn't. He doesn't relate to the ordinary people. He's an elite. Coming as an elite bourgeoisie. He's an elite of bourgeoisie. So Cummings I don't just get it. Even the people that push it Cummings, they are all arrogant people. They look down on people. They feel that they know it all. As soon as you try to engage in a discussion with them, they try to denigrate. They try to condescend. You know, so what ones in new bottle? El abren por tisa. Yeah. Same people. So we really don't know where we headed as a country. We really don't know where we headed as a country. We really don't know where we headed as a people. Because from the time I got to know myself, it has always been like this. Samuel Doe killed Tobo, the best president in the history of Liberia. When Tobo was there, it was the same accusation. Oh, the government is corrupt. Samuel Doe killed Tobo. He came there. They started raising corruption allegation against him again. Prince Johnson killed Doe. All of the interim governments that came, we saw what happened. Corruption. Taylor got elected. Corruption. Interim government came again. Corruption. And when you check it, all of those interim governments, they were the most corrupt. Most corrupt. Because it was a power-sharing government. So all the people that say, oh, the corrupt, go to the bushes because they put them in power. They just went to the store. store. So, Edding Kinder, same thing. Now we are there, same thing. Those guys that were hungry, those are the guys that were hungry doing that couldn't even afford place to lay their heads. Today, they are bathing in money, spending money all over the place, throwing money all over in the government. So, Liberia just like Liberia, just like an elephant meat. People here can cut and go, cut, get and go, cut, get and go, cut, get and go. I think so. That's true. That's true. I agree, Miriam Mason. Before we elect anybody, we need to know what they will offer. The CDC government didn't really offer. Joe Willie made a lot of promise. In fact, Joe he didn't attend none of the debate. He escaped out of the debate. So, but yeah, when we elected him based on popularity. So now he's dead. But should I come and say that he's not doing nothing? No, he's doing something. Do I expect more? Yes, I expect more. So, Liberia problem it's a complex problem we are faced with as a country. We look at the dual market. That market was built. It was dedicated. Instead of people going in the market to sell, they refuse and they prefer selling on the street. They prefer selling on the street. They prefer selling on the street. Can you imagine? They prefer selling on the street. Then they use that market hall as a defecation site. They use it as a defecation site. Just recently, that market dedicated. You check it on all feces all over there. People using it to defecate. Can you imagine? Then you want to blame it on a government? And listen to one guy on Lofa Judah show trying to blame the president. He trying to blame the president. Yeah? He blaming the president for people defecating in the newly constructed market. How will you want to blame the government for that? The mindset of the people. We are our own problem as Liberians. We are our own problem. Because the government built a structure for you to utilize. But yet you say no, you will not utilize it. You prefer doing it the highway, standing on the sun. Then you use the newly constructed area where you're supposed to be utilizing, you use it for defecating. Wow. Are we people with sound mind? Do we have a sound mind? Because sometimes we act just that we insane, just that we crazy. Some of the things that we do in Liberia, it doesn't happen other places. It doesn't. So we really need to change our minds and our attitude. We all need to be blamed. The government, the people, we all need to be blamed. Seattle T. Townsend, welcome. Teresa Zina, welcome. So that's it. I thought I was going to get a few more calls, but it seems like everybody relaxed here. And people are not really calling, but the easy way to get the number is in the description of this live. But we'll always come on here, try to see how best we can use our voices, to speak our minds, to be able to put where wrong is, put where right is, and put where wrong is. So I want to say thanks to all of you guys for following the broadcast. We are always excited to be with you on the Dakpannah Show. And we will always be here. We will not stop doing what we love to do best. Yeah, man, Emma Coleman, yes, they did. Yes, they did, man. I'm a Yes, they did. The market has a area for defecation, man. Come on. You see, they found them, man. Yeah, they're not even in the market. They refuse to go in the market. Yes, that facility is a money facility. It has bathrooms there. Yeah, it's there. I remember when they did a tour. There were a lot of times people went there to do tour. When I played under construction, Smith Tobe went there, he did tour. The president also went there, and all of those places were shown where you can do the where you can go use the bathroom. They got a storage area. They have other area. They build it like a segment. They have where you can go to get dry goods, where you can go get this other thing, where you can go get pea food. They did it like a segment area. So they have bathrooms all there. A lot of bathrooms. They even have place where you can charge your phone. That place it was fully electrified. It had place for the generator room, everything. Yeah. I think they had a solar panel system there, other thing. But the people in Douala decided to not go there, do not go in there. But the last time a Dakpannah TV went there, see the feces all in that structure. Are we sound? No sound people can do such a thing. Something wrong with us as a people. Yeah, man, come on. That place is a modern facility. Bathrooms, everything was built in it. Yeah. So I don't know. Our people just backward. We just backward. And there's a need for us to rise above that. Yes, I had a tea dancing. Thank you for joining the broadcast. These days I'm not seeing Mr. Emmanuel Charles. So I want to say thanks to you guys for being a part of the broadcast. And we will come back again another time. We will always be here. I want you guys to continue to be part of the discussion. Let's continue to discuss. Put right where it's belongs, put wrong where it belongs. And I want to say thanks to all of you guys for being a part of the broadcast. Acquire Williams, welcome. But we are leaving now. Those of you that just joined, I want to say goodbye to you. So we'll do it again another time. I have a blessed day. Thanks to all.